Coming in, you guys, it's day number 12 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. If you are brand new to watching this, yes, since January the 1st, I have been going into a bath of a whole bunch of ice every single day. So this has been basically my afternoon appointment every day since the beginning of the year. January 1st, I started this and getting in every single day. So many of you have been watching every single day. It was so funny because early on, somebody's like, are we really going to have to watch you going in a bath of ice every day for the year? I'm like, you don't have to, but I'm sure it would be curious to see. And I'm teaching along the way as well. So I've got a really great lesson to teach today about the lymphatic system and what an ice bath does for your lymphatic system, which then has an impact on your immune system. So stay tuned for that. Once I'm in the water, I have to calm myself down. It usually takes about a minute and a half of breathing, and then I'll start talking to you guys. You guys ready? Day number 12 of my Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. I'll tilt that down so you can see everything that's happening. And we got the good old 5-minute marker ready to go. And here we go. I don't know why the last couple of days have been a little bit harder than they have been. It could be the outdoor temperatures a little more intense cold. Maybe that's contributing. By the way, the temperature in the ice water today, I checked it right before I went on the air, 33 degrees on the nose. So 33 degrees, nice ice cold. All right, so let me get into what I want to talk about here today. A lot of people say, I don't get it. You get in that ice bath, what's the big deal? Well, one of the things that this does that I think is pretty cool is it helps to fire up your lymphatic system. So if you're not familiar with the lymphatic system in the body, it's this fluid, lymphatic fluid, and the purpose of the fluid is to remove toxins and remove just junk out of your body. The problem is, unlike blood, which has the heart to pump it and push it through your veins, the lymphatic fluid doesn't have anything to pump it. So the only way you can pump and move that lymphatic system, there's several things you can do. Obviously, exercise does it, but not everybody does exercise, at least on a regular basis. There's also bouncing and vibration plate. You guys have seen me on my vibration plate before. That also helps to move the lymphatic system. But guess what? Being in cold showers or ice baths will do the same thing. It helps to activate and start moving that lymphatic system. So what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is once your lymph fluid starts moving, then your immune system goes to work to start zapping all of the potential things in your body that could cause you harm. So if you are one of those people that has a propensity for having a cold or just getting sick often, getting in an ice bath is one of the best things you can do. Early on said, Aren't you worried about catching a cold being in that cold ice? And I'm like, no, because if you know the physiology of how this works, then you would know being in cold water would not make you catch a cold. This is very often a misnomer about the winter season. People think, oh, you get cold or you catch a cold because you're cold. No. My dad used to make a big deal about me going outside without a coat on. Oh, you're going to catch a cold. And it wasn't so much that being cold made you catch a cold. Being cold actually protected you against cold, and we now know that from science. But it's usually associated with winter because people are in confined spaces and everything gets sucked into the air. We know that with all the everything from the last couple of years. So anyway, so the lymph, you want to get it revved up, fired up, get in an ice bath, and that will improve your immune system. So I'm actually doing great things for my health by being in here. Looks like I'm almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Woo! I'm making that little scream thing my thing at the end of an ice bath. It's just my little signature. I'm getting out of the ice bath. We're going to go a big woo. Yes, guys. That never gets old. I still love it. Love it every day. Love it. So this is the worst part. My hands being all numb just as soon as I get out of there. But it's nice because I know what I'm doing for myself being in there. So many good things. Skin really starts to tighten up too, and that's one of the things I'm excited to see happen. The more that I do this, the more often that I do this and keep it going. So I'm excited to watch that. But yes, if you have not thought about doing an ice bath before, doing cold showers, think about the lymph system. And a lot of us don't. We just take for granted that lymphatic fluid will just do what it's going to do, and it can't do what it needs to do unless you do things to help it move. So if you exercise, great. If you've got a vibration plate or do bouncing exercises, great. But one of the great ways to do that is cold shower or ice bath. So who knew, right? Things you learn on the internet. So how you guys doing today? Let's see if you had any comments. Doesn't look like any's coming in right now. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Norma. Sharon says, day number 12. Yeah, 12 it is. Hello, Linda. Thanks for being here. Dancing Carnivore says, I want an ice tub so bad. Yeah, trust me. There were many days, Dancing Carnivore, where I had to go to Sam's Club and I had to buy 20-pound bags of ice. And I could only get like 4 at a time because that's all my front porch deep freezer would hold is 4 of them, along with all the meats and everything else that I keep in there. And so that got old real fast, having to go to the store every few days just to get ice. And so thankfully I was able to get this Morozco Forge. And I know it's very expensive. I recognize that, you guys, that it's out of the budget of most people. But if you can, it is a really nice tub. Makes its own ice. And yeah, it's nice and convenient. It filters the water every day constantly. So it's very convenient to just pop in there. And I always said I would do ice baths more often if it was more convenient. And so this Morozco Forge has made it incredibly convenient for me. So I have enjoyed getting in it, and it's going to be nice all year long. They've tripped out at my challenge. They're like, oh my gosh, you are like a beast getting in there every day. You don't really have any trouble. Like I said, the last couple of days have been the hardest ones for me. I don't know, it's because it's colder outside, but it's a little harder to breathe when the air is cold and then you're in the cold water. It's going to be fascinating to watch as the temperatures get warmer, and especially when they're really hot during the summer. If it's like in the 90s, will I enjoy that better, being in the hot? I think I will, because I enjoy cold. I do not like hot. I have an infrared sauna back there, and it's all I can do to stay in that infrared sauna. It's miserable for me, because I don't do hot. I'm hot enough, apparently, so... But I do love cold, and so when I do walks, I like to walk in shorts and t-shirt in the cold, and I like to do the ice baths, of course. Musclehead Nurse says, this may have been said, but there is some thought about doing ice baths, against doing ice baths every day. Doing them too frequently doesn't allow some inflammation, which is actually needed for muscle growth stimulation. Great point. And trust me, I thought about if I should stagger it, if I do like maybe 2 days on, 1 day off, or every other day. But I came to the conclusion that every day is going to be good for me. But thank you for reminding me of that, Musclehead Nurse, because I meant to address this, that just because I'm doing them every day doesn't mean that you necessarily need to be doing them every single day. So great point. I think it's just as your body needs it, and paying attention to what your needs are as an individual, that will determine whether the frequency by which you would do this. So, great point. Thank you for that. But I'm going to do them every day, 5 minutes. Some people are like, you should go longer. I'm like, it's not about going longer. I'm already at super cold water, 32, 33 degrees every single day. 5 minutes is actually great, because a lot of people, they go in for a couple minutes and that's it. I watched some kid on the Morozco Forge Instagram page the other day. They post videos all the time, and one like 10-year-old boy got in for like 2 seconds and he went Wah! And he got out. It was so hilarious, but you can see that they're even trying, so that's awesome. I love that. The other thought against every day is that you possibly lose a little bit of the hormetic you said hermetic, but I think you meant hormetic effect. Hormesis, by the way, you guys, is like a stress, which is a good stress. So you stress your body. How would you lose the hormetic effect? I seem to see most suggest doing it 2 to 3 times a week, max. Again, I don't think there's any hard and fast rule about that. I think it's going to vary from person to person, but it's a wonderful point that if you feel like you get good benefits doing 2 to 3 a week, then do 2 to 3 a week. That would literally be about every other day, kind of like what we were describing earlier. Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, you just figure out what you think is right for you. And so for Jimmy, for now anyway, every day, 5 minutes, 32, 33 degrees, is kind of what I'm doing. I haven't seen any adverse consequences of doing that, at least yet. I know it's 12 days in. Ask me at 30 days in, 70 days in, 120 days in, and maybe I adjust. So thank you. I will definitely keep an eye on that as this challenge progresses this year. Hello, Rockin' Rosa Wellness. Good to see you here today. I'm doing one of these cold ice baths after my sauna tonight. I just do it a few times a week. And look, I think that's wonderful. If you do it, like, look, most people aren't doing any. So I think more is not better, unless your name's Jimmy Moore. Just kidding. I couldn't resist. But yeah, more is not better. Colder is not better. It's just, can you do it on a consistent, regular basis? My fear for me, you guys, and I'll just be honest, my fear is if I don't get on some kind of a regimen, like every single day doing this, I'll get out of the habit of doing it, and then I don't get any benefits from it. So I'm also testing the limits of, can you do this every day? Is there harm that comes? So far, other than day 6, cutting my toes on the ice at the bottom, that's the only harm that's happened to me since starting this. So it's something to watch for. That's for sure. Yo, Iceman, says Parkman. What's up, man? You got this. Thank you. So yes, if you joined in late, day number 12 of my 365-day, what I'm calling hashtag Jimmy Ice bath challenge. And yeah, I'm getting in a 32-ish degree today. It was exactly 33 degrees, the temperature of the water. Ice bath in my Morozco Forge. I'm doing that for 5 minutes. And I'm trying to teach things every single day all about what cold therapy does for you. So today you learned about the lymphatic system. If you missed that, go back and watch the replay. I do post these everywhere, by the way, on Instagram video. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. I put it everywhere so that you can see what's going on. Parkman says, I think we should drop it to 31 next week. Well, I don't want to go too cold because it will start to harden the entire water. And it's like, it's hard enough to keep that ice that's all floating on the top from being so heavy on me. Can you imagine if it's 31 degree temperature water, and then have to like break through it? And I don't know. It's just, it's no. What I'm doing now is working. So if it ain't broke, Parkman, don't fix it, as the old saying goes. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. I'm enjoying coming on live, showing you what a cold bath looks like every single day. Let's do a quick temperature check. You guys know that when I've gotten out of the bath, almost immediately my body starts warming up. So let's see if it's gone up. All right, not too bad, 98.8, so just slightly up from normal, but usually it does start warming up. It's kind of cool to watch the physiological response to the cold, so. All right, guys, I am out of here for now. Thank you so much for watching, and go and watch all the other videos and replays if you want to see how this ice bath challenge has been going. So until next time, we'll see you then.